Right, full-time Cherries inside the stadium, inside hospitality with the birthday boy Jeff Hayward. Jeff, a good day, but on the pitch, I don't know, I feel a little bit disappointed.
Well, we deserved the victory there. The referee made a terrible call for the penalty that they got, and arguably the one that Christie was denied at the end. The challenge started outside, but he carries on into the box, so therefore it's a foul in the box, and that's a penalty. And you've seen those given against us, but nothing goes for us, which is incredibly frustrating. However, I think on balance, that is the way that I want our Bournemouth to play, with no fear. Absolutely, just give it a go from the first minute. We wanted that win, and we were very unfortunate. Bit of just lack of finishing ruthlessness again in the first half. But super proud, super proud. We could have won it. We didn't lose it, and we gave them a hell of a game, and we dominated them, and that's brilliant.
Manchester United, I thought, were quite disappointing, really, and the penalty that they won. I mean, I've watched it back, and it looks like Adam Smith's arms are down by his side, but when it's clear and obvious and all that kind of stuff, it means that if the referee gives it, there's no recourse.
No turning back. And I think if the ref doesn't give that, there's no way VAR is going to overturn that to give it as a penalty. So it's like, oh, really? And they didn't have a single shot on target in that second half. Neto was untroubled, and they're Manchester United. So a lot for us to be proud of, a lot to take forward from that game. The attitude is fantastic. The quality of Christie, Cook, Kirkes, Solanke, Cliver, I mean, they were all fantastic. Zabani and Senesi at the back were amazing. I thought Adam Smith, Kelly, they all put in a hell of a shift, and it's unlucky, unfortunate. That's football. But yeah, we're on target to beat 46 points easily, I think, this season.
Tom, 2-2.
Yeah.
Frustrating, disappointing. What's your assessment?
Yeah, I mean, I suppose it's nice to be disappointed with 4 points out of possible 6 against Man United, but I'll tell you, I mean, there's not many teams that are worse that we played twice, in my opinion. You're talking about the Sheffield United and Burnleys, no disrespect. They're no better than Palace, for example. And yeah, unfortunately, the big club kind of thing feels like it's hurt us today. I don't like to think that's the case, but when you see 2 decisions given like that, I've never seen a referee so quick to give a penalty for something that's never a penalty. It's never a penalty.
His arm was down by his side.
Down by his side, and it's taken a deflection off Ryan Christie. That ours has clearly carried on to the box. But yeah, the ref couldn't wait to give theirs, and then they're all hesitant on ours, like, let's check it. And yeah, I mean, listen, from our perspective, the game should have been dead at half time, and I was worried about that.
We had a number of chances.
We did.
We should have been more crucial.
We did, but then the only chance they had second half was a penalty. That won the penalty. I mean, they're hopeless, and we said this in a few shows that I don't know how Man United keep getting away with it, because they're rubbish every game and they don't lose. They've done it again. They've done it again because they're absolutely awful. And
Erik ten Hag, how is he in this job?
Terrible, mate. Absolutely. I mean, if he does something like an Arteta and like kind of rise the wave, then fair play, because I don't know what they're about, man. I don't know what they do. We absolutely swarmed all over them all game, and I think Man United fans, if there's any watching, won't realise that I know they've got their own injuries, but the players they've got out there, little old Bournemouth, we're missing key players. I mean, Tavernier and Semenyo are absolutely massive in the way we play, and both of them are unavailable today. If Semenyo plays today, we win that game, and I say that because a lot of our chances come from players that he would have been that player and he's a better finisher. But listen, a lot of positives, mate. I mean, we were brilliant again today when we could be on the beach. We were really good today. And like I said, if we won for a few decisions, we win the game. And so we're all gutted that we ain't even lost.
It's now 4 points that we need to equal our record, is it?
Oh, yeah, something like that. Yeah. We'll get that.
We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll get that. Keep playing like that, mate. We'll be absolutely fine. But equally, let's not play the name and let's not go, well, look what we did against Man United. Man United are not very good. Who's our next game? We've got Villa and Wolves, both better than Man United. I expect most games to be harder than that today because they don't make it difficult for you. Fortunately for them, they've got a few players that got a little bit of quality. Obviously, Bruno got a goal and then got the penalty. Just gutted for the lads, really, because when it goes like that, you just want to say to the players, you could do no more. But unfortunately, decisions haven't gone your way, and you'd be gutted because you go, it's because we play for Bournemouth. And that is really, really disappointing. And I'm sure nothing will be done about it, as it never is. I'm sure Neville and all the media moguls won't talk about it. because they'll gloss over it, and they'll talk about how Man U were crap but got away with it today. They won't talk about decisions, so we're just going to have to get on with it, dust ourselves off, as all us little clubs have to do. But we might be little, but we're nowhere near relegation. We're looking up, and I really enjoyed it again today, mate. And I even thought, little side at the end, when who was it got injured? Clivert, and we went, who's he bringing on? Scott or Billen? No, Unal, because he wants to win this football match, and I really respect that from the gaffer. And I even respect like Neto today, who went absolutely ballistic when they got a decision and got a yellow card, because they're so frustrated and they care. And they care. And there wasn't anyone that I thought was bad today, mate. I thought everyone put a shift in. As I say, even like people like Wataru, maybe Semenyo's got more quality, but he didn't shirk responsibilities today, and I thought everyone played well. So I'm proud of the team, proud of the performance. Just pissed off at the referees as usual, mate.
As usual. So we've got Andy Jennings here.
Hi Sam.
Andy, what was your assessment of that game?
Another really exciting, really interesting game. The games here this season have largely been really, really entertaining. Just chatting to Guy in there, you feel like this is a real sign of progress. We've played Manchester United to, I know we've beaten them here a couple of times, but we've played them to an absolute standstill today. We could have had 3 or 4. They're reliant on some fortune towards the end there, fortune with their penalty decision, fortune with ours, but this is the way it goes. We played really, really aggressive attacking football again despite the absences. Really, really pleased to see the team continuing to play so progressively. The only comment I would have is I think the left side looked a little bit unbalanced after Garnacho went off. My feeling was with Kirkes and Kelly on, that was to counter the fact that Garnacho doesn't necessarily track back very much, but he is a threat going forward. When he went off at half time, I think we lost a little bit of the threat on that left hand side that we'd had with Sinistera. That might be something to think about, but otherwise really, really enjoyed it once again. I'm looking forward to the last 4 or 5 matches of the season.
Manchester United weren't amazingly impressive.
No, they weren't. I mean, I think if they didn't have Fernandes, they would be a shadow of a team. He really is the heart and soul of that team. Mainu, he's obviously got a huge amount of talent, but he wasn't the sort of earth-shattering revelation of a player I was expecting him to be. Defensively, if you're still relying on Harry Maguire at this point in his career, the opposition's always going to have chances. It didn't feel like you were playing against a Manchester United team. It didn't feel inevitable that they were going to steal a winner at the end, in the way it sometimes has done when playing Manchester United.
So where did it all go wrong then, Tiggs?
Where did it all go wrong? Well,
All right. I don't know. 2-2 on the surface. 2-2's not bad against Man United, but I thought they were trash. I thought they were absolutely awful.
it didn't seem very good at all, really. They sort of skin of their teeth kind of performance by them.
And you know
really.
what? I swear that if you put any other top 6 side in their fans' shoes, they'd have been angry and annoyed at that performance. But their fans just kept on singing.
Yeah, I mean, how many of those fans go to Old Trafford? I don't know. Maybe I'm being out of line there, but it might be local Man United fans. We've got a few of them around the Bournemouth area. Yeah, a difficult result to take. I haven't seen the replay of the penalty that they got given.
Yeah,
but
I have.
What I've heard is that there's not really a lot Adam Smith can do about the situation, correct?
Tom's seen something, and he just showed us something that hopefully will bring us shortly, but it looks a little bit dodgy, that's all I'm saying.
Okay, well, even so, you can look at it many ways, and you could also say, you know what, we had a lot more chances to score goals that we didn't take today.
Yeah, Tom, what have you seen then about the pen?
It's Mark McAdam, actually, as always. On the Bournemouth penalty call at the end, according to the FA laws of the game, law 12.3, if a defender starts holding an attacker outside the penalty area and continues holding inside the penalty area, the referee must award a penalty kick.
So you're talking about our potential penalty.
Our penalty should have been a penalty then?
Yeah, but they've said
that law.
They gave it a free kick because the foul started outside, but the law states if it carries on, it should be a penalty, so they've got it wrong. So there'll be an apology, we'll be fine.
Yeah, we'll get
I'll
an
give us
apology.
2 points.
So there you go. As for ours, I've seen a replay, and it looks like Adam Smith's arm is down by his side, yet somehow the decision that won't get given in one game will get given in ours. And
So basically what they're saying now is that if
Check
you
our
are,
badge.
check our badge. But if at the end of the day, if I kick a ball at your hand, that's handball, regardless of where your hand is.
frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm going to let that go. I mean, I try and look at it the other way. We had more than a few opportunities that we did not score that we could have scored.
Agreed.
We were millimetres, centimetres away from scoring on at least 3 occasions that come to my head, and I think there might have been more. So we should have won that game. End of. But we didn't. We take a draw, and our season's still on course. Nothing's really changed. Just a little bit frustrating. But we didn't do that. End of the day, we took 4 points off Man United, they only took 1 off us this season. That's an improvement.
Okay, we've got Richard here. Thoughts, Richard?
disappointing in terms of the result. I mean, it was a really good performance. Should have been dead and buried, Man United, at half time. And even when they got their penalty after that, we were by far the dominant team. So, yeah, it's disappointing, but having said that, it's another good performance. Another day we could have won that game by 2-3 goals. So, and it's not going to make an awful lot of difference probably to us in terms of this season. It's another step forward. New players came on, Fevra came on, seemed to do okay, who now had another run out. So, yeah, it's all good. It's just disappointing we didn't get the win, which we deserved.
It's just a familiar tale, isn't it, where we're having some good moments in games, like that first half against Luton. I thought we should be home and dry, and we weren't. We just weren't as clinical. That first half, I'm just thinking about now, we had so many chances to assert ourselves in terms of the scoreline, and we didn't.
We just kept putting the ball into the channels and running onto it, and they just weren't dealing with it. We didn't do it so much in the second half, but yeah, that first half, and the Kirkis one that hit the bar and then he put it over. Ryan Christie had a couple of chances. I think Clivett had one as well. Another day, if they'd all gone in, we'd be talking another Man United thrashing, but there you go.
And finally, we got Matt here, Manchester United fan, heads up.
Yes.
What's your opinions of that, Matt, today?
I think in the end we're pleased with the draw. Really, at the end of the day, I think Bournemouth were all over us most of the game. I think we were fortunate to get the draw in the end of the day, but we played, to the final whistle. I thought Bruno played really well, getting a couple of goals. But yeah, tough game, really tough game.
I thought that, it was a tale of two penalties. One was given, one wasn't. Apparently ours looked like it was carrying on into the area, wasn't given. Yours was maybe debatable in some fans' eyes, but you know what, it's the Man United way. It was 2-2 for ages, and I thought to myself, it would be so Manchester United after a game like this, just to sneak it at the end. But it was 2-2. But you know what, the fans, like in the away end, were singing away. Credit to them, but I mean, Man United this season is so inconsistent, aren't they?
I know, it's been a tough season, I think. As I say, we've always tried to stick in there, ground out the results. I think that's testimony to some of the guys in the team. Just keep working and working. But yeah, we gave the ball away too often. I think we didn't look confident playing out the back. I thought we passed the ball well through the midfield into up front. But again, when we got up there, Hoyland really didn't have any options. I thought Rashford wasn't involved too much today, and obviously Garnacho came off at half time. But we got the result, we got the point at the end of the day. As you say, the penalty, I've seen the replay, it took a deflection. Another week you might not have given it. And then another week, your penalty decision, I've seen them given, where they've sort of on the edge of the box, fallen into the box. As I say, slightly embarrassed maybe by the result, because I felt that Bournemouth deserved perhaps the 3 points today, but happy with the result and get the point. So move on to Wembley next weekend.
Yeah, that's it.
Hopefully get the result against Coventry and get another final of the FA Cup.
So there we go, those are the full-time fan opinions. Slightly different this week, but anyway, if you want to have yours say, make sure you put it in the comments below. We'll reflect the best of them on the second look, which is going to be out on Monday. But until then, 2-2 at Desmond. Are we happy? Not so sure. Up the Cherries.